Browsing on Steam over the years, I've picked up some classic games here and there. A bunch of these games have been PopCap's games, and it's made me wonder about all of the PopCap games that I haven't played. Really, the only ones I've touched have been Plants vs Zombies, Peggle, and Zuma's Revenge, which led me to this fun thought, a little series called PopCap Arcade. In PopCap Arcade, I'll be checking out PopCap's greatest hits, and discovering PopCap's hidden gems that I've never played before. Let's start off the PopCap Arcade series with Chuzzle Deluxe. Chuzzle Deluxe was released in early 2005, being a fun addition to what was already at the time PopCap's growing library of games to enjoy. Chuzzle is about these cute fluffy critters called Chuzzles, all fluffy, hairy, and cute, kinda like pom-poms. The aim of the game in Chuzzle is to match 3 or more Chuzzles of the same colour together. When they match, they pop into a puff of hair, their eyes float up and into the bottle aside the game board. Collecting enough will do something different for each game mode. Collecting 5 Chuzzles in a row will spawn a Super Chuzzle. These fluffy critters will emanate an aura corresponding to their colour. Matching them will cause a large explosion, wiping out a good chunk of the other Chuzzles. Just a note, you'll hear me say Chuzzle a lot. Sometimes, fat Chuzzles will fall. These big boys will take up 4 tiles of space. Given their large size, fat Chuzzles will move 2 columns or 2 rows instead of 1. This gives potential to make matches that weren't accessible before, but can also screw you over. Speaking of movement, you can move Chuzzles up and down and left and right, all across the column and lane they're intersecting on. The Chuzzles on that lane or column will move with the selected one you're grabbing, and when getting to the edge of the board, they will pop out to the other side, so moving a Chuzzle to the far left will make it emerge on the far right, and vice versa. Sometimes you need to do this to get matches. Above the bottle to the side, there's a hint button. After some inactivity, it will flash in bright colours briefly, giving you the option to use it if you truly feel stuck. Using the hint will cost you a small sum of points, and will show you a potential move. To cover the game modes, there's 4. There's Classic Chuzzle, Speed Chuzzle, Zen Chuzzle, and Mindbender, or Puzzle Chuzzle, if you want to rhyme it. In Classic Chuzzle and Speed Chuzzle, there's a casual and expert mode for each game mode. The main difference is the points needed to progress, and the difficulty spiking much earlier on. In Classic Chuzzle, you will play to complete levels and gain a higher score. As you play, the game slowly becomes harder. At some point in the game, early or late, you will encounter a lock. Locks will plant themselves around a Chuzzle on the board. This column and lane will be completely immovable, meaning you have to work around it. Matching 2 or more Chuzzles with the locked one will unlock that space and award some bonus points for busting the lock. The locks can be bothersome and sometimes halt gameplay altogether. It's best to break the locks as quickly as possible, as they can very easily clog up the board and sometimes force a scramble to be used. Speaking of, you'll notice in the top right, there's the word Scrambles, with 2 stars next to it. This indicates how many scrambles you have left. A scramble will occur when there is no potential moves on the board. When a scramble is used, a star disappears and all Chuzzles on the board reset, including locked Chuzzles. This gives you a chance to continue playing. Owning enough points will actually grant you back a scramble if one has been used. This takes a ton of points, however. You only have 2 scrambles at your access at any time. If both are used, you get a game over. Moving on to the next game mode, Speed Chuzzle. In Speed Chuzzle, it's all about being quick and making good matches. There's a small bar at the bottom of the screen in this game mode. Over time, the bar will fill up. Making a match will deplete the bar somewhat, depending on how big the match was and how many points were obtained from it. If you let the bar fill up, you will be punished, and a lock will fall onto a random Chuzzle on the field as a result. At the start of level 1, the time it takes for the bar to fill up is around 13 seconds. Making matches can prolong this time greatly, so get to matching quick. As you progress through levels, the bar will fill up faster and faster, making keeping up quite hard, and putting a lot of emphasis onto busting the locks as soon as possible. Mentioning the fat Chuzzles, if you get one in Speed Chuzzle, it can really destroy a game. Given they use up 2 columns and 2 lanes to move, if just one small Chuzzle is locked in one of these intersecting lanes or columns, it will be impossible to move that sector of the board, with the fat Chuzzle blocking any movement because of a locked Chuzzle in its movement path. Speed Chuzzle can get stressful quick, so let's just relax and enjoy some Zen Chuzzle now. Zen Chuzzle is the 3rd game mode. In this mode, it's all about just enjoying yourself. There's no locks, the music's pretty chill, and there's no goal. This can be a good game mode for smashing out trophies if needed. As you play Zen Chuzzle, the bottle to the side will fill up. However, this won't progress onto a new level. Rather, a large Chuzzle will spring out of the bottle and sit to the side. When obtaining 4 to 5 of these large Chuzzles, they will glow white and dissipate, causing the background to shift in appearance, changing up the style and view just so you don't get bored. It's a fun game mode, Zen Chuzzle. It gives a more chill experience compared to its more arcade style counterparts. The final game mode, Mindbender, or Puzzle Chuzzle, whatever you want to call it. It's all about solving puzzles. To the left, where there's usually the points and bottle, now it's a small level selection, and beneath that is the required pattern you have to form with the given Chuzzles. Moving them into the designated places will finish that level and progress you on to the next. If you feel stuck, you can click on the level you're on to reset it to the start, potentially giving you some clarity that you didn't have beforehand. Some of these levels can be solved in a few moves, whereas a lot of the others can be very complex. This game mode, like the title, truly is a mind bender. It will test your Chuzzle skills and twist your mind in ways you never thought were possible. Throughout gameplay of the various game modes, you may obtain a trophy. There's 26 trophies in total, each having a different goal to strive towards. Some are much easier to obtain, whilst others can be luck-based or even skill-based. It gives a lot to strive for. Happy trophy hunting. Also, there's some little Easter eggs. If you spam left and right click on a Chuzzle, it will get giddy and eventually sneeze, blowing off its hair. Poor little blind fella. Don't worry, it comes back pretty quick. For the fat Chuzzles, if you spam left and right click on them, they'll eventually let out a big burp. That was a good one too. I'll admit for the next secret, I did cheat just to show off the Easter egg game mode, given some of the required trophies are luck based and pretty hard to obtain. I apologise. Chuzzle's next secret lies in the trophy room. You will need a good portion of the trophies to pull this off, 5 in particular. Clicking on these 5 trophies, being Triple Combo, Brainiac, Puzzler, 10 grand, and 7 at once, will unlock a secret game mode called Be Chuzzled. Be Chuzzled is a neat little Easter egg and a hint towards one of PopCap's other games, Bejeweled. This Easter egg game mode reskins the Chuzzles into gems. The game is still the same, play-wise however. Oddly enough, in Be Chuzzled, using the hint doesn't cost any points, compared to the main game where it does cost points. Weird, but cool. It's a neat little Easter egg and a fun slice of the game. Hopefully someone learns of this cool little secret game mode. Overall, Chuzzle is a cool match 3 game, and one that I never actually played until now. I can say that I feel bad for missing out on this when I was younger, but I'm happy to have played and experienced it now, as it's a fun game and a nice part of PopCap's library of games. If you enjoyed the gameplay of Chuzzle, go pick it up for yourself. It can be found on Steam for fairly cheap, and occasionally, PopCap's library of games are on sale for super cheap. For now though, this has been the first part to the PopCap Arcade. I've been CinnaBunny, and I'll catch you later, mate.